This is Milo. He's technically a cat, but he's also a Milo in the same way that I would explain that rectangles are squares, but squares can't be rectangles. We've been homies since he was about 4 months old, which was like 10 years ago, and he's been living with me for the past 3 years, and this has led to a certain codependence that we have with each other, and recently it's gone up a notch. He started staring at me while I'm at my desk, like I'll just feel his eyes on the back of my neck, and I don't really know what he wants when he does this. So I took this stool that was for a project that I abandoned a month ago because I'm a completely different person now. I don't even know who I was when I started that, and he really seems to like it, and I want to continue to foster our mutual codependence, but I don't want something that looks like literal garbage. Luckily, the internet has come through once again with an offering of a new trend that is the strawberry stool from HomeGoods, and my Instagram has continually force-fed me this vase. So I decided to do the one thing that I know how to do really well, and that is dive headfirst into a project with no plan, hope, and a punch needle to attempt to make a strawberry rug stool for my little rectangle that is a Milo. POV, you're the bottom of my strawberry stool. Luckily, this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to making 3D punch needle objects. It's my second rodeo, so I'm basically an expert, and I called upon all the wisdom I gained from making this punch needle basketball a few months ago. And I could have made a template with some random sewing-esque material, fabric if you want to call it and be fancy, sewn it together, adjusted it, readjusted it, stuffed it, made sure I was going to make the actual form before I started this long, multi-day, many-hour project. But where's the fun in that? So I took out my trusty rug making frame, which is actually a canvas frame that I just took the canvas off of and have used one too many times. And already I drew the shapes way too big for the frame, so I used some yummy glue to seal in between the pieces. You're going to see some absolute magic, okay? Because the monk's cloth falls apart like it's its freaking job when you cut it. So this glue is going to kind of hold it together when we make the cut. And initially, the colors I used to make the seeds made this look like some weird mutant breast covered in tiny nipples. So I switched the colors out, and I spared you, and I ended up using something that made it look more like an albino passion fruit. I literally could not have gotten this more wrong, and I said it with my full chest, and I meant it at the time. The fruit I was thinking of was actually this thing, which is not a passion fruit. In my mind, I was thinking of a dragon fruit, which are both just so absolutely incorrect. So an albino hairy lychee, rambutan. It looks like an albino rambutan or a hairy lychee. Thank you, and back to the show. I made like Dory, and I kept on swimming, and by swimming I mean hand sewing the pieces together, because even though I do have 2 sewing machines in my house, I wanted to sit in bed and watch Despicable Me while I sew them together, and that's just my truth. At this point, I was about 10 to 12 hours in, and it was too late to turn back, but it was not looking how I hoped. I feel like I'm not going to know if this is working until I put it all together, and at that point we'll be so far in. Is it? I'll fix it. Who knows? About halfway through Despicable Me, I got all 4 panels sewn together, and these colors are really an interesting combo, and I'm not really sure what this looked like, but it looked like a little too fleshy. Oh man, these colors are unfortunate. Okay, wait. It's looking like it's what we, okay. This little, stretch here might be too long, so we could maybe even fold it up. Wait. The moon. Got the moon. Okay. I have a block of foam somewhere that I think might work. Here. Keeping all my wires safe. I think this, if I can get this block to fit in here. You see what I'm saying? You see? Do you feel me? I think we're onto something. But it was time to carve some foam, and a funny story about this knife is that it came in a set, and when I got the set, I'm not going to name the person who did this, but basically they were like, listen, you have to be super careful. I'm going to demonstrate how careful you have to be with these super sharp knives. And as this person was saying how careful I had to be, they proceeded to cut off half their fingernail. Maybe I should go in from the top. This has 2 holes. I'm not going to say I'm a master builder, but I did make this foam fit perfectly into the bottom after some gentle shoving. And then I remembered that I had this wood circle that looked really nice and inviting the last time I was at Lowe's, and it had been sitting by my desk waiting for the perfect moment. And luckily for me, sawdust from this piece of wood can apparently cause cancer, but only in the state of California, and I live in Virginia. The more you know. Good thing I'm not in California. So I packed it in with some extra support and then proceeded to stuff the strawberry like a turkey. But then I was faced with my worst enemy, and that was making a decision. I basically wake up every day with decision fatigue, so anytime I have to decide something, in this case it was whether or not to make this into a stool like I initially planned, or a vase like the Instagram baddie rug, mold-inducing vase of my dreams. So the question is the top, what goes here? Is like, right? Even more better and more perfect than I could have ever imagined. Wow. So I did what any serial procrastinator like myself does and put the stool in a part of my studio that I don't look at for about 3 weeks, and finally made up my mind to make the stool, even though it might not even fit Milo when he's sitting, because to be honest, he's kind of a beefy boy, and if you say he's fat, I will get mad and block you and delete your comment, because he's not fat. He's just big boned, okay? He has big bones, and I don't know why. He is larger than the average cat. He is not fat. Then I used the foam block as the base, some cardboard, and this Californian-hating cancerous circle of wood to make a sturdy insert and a circle top. And I was so set on this working. I was so sold. I was like, I did it. Like, I ate this up. This is going to be perfect. This is going to be great. It's everything I dreamed. No. False. I don't know why, but I was so like, I'm not going to cut any wood. I'm going to do this with just cardboard and stay with foam. So all you little Home Depot dads or future Home Depot dads who are out there typing in the comments already, listen. I got out the tools. I even used the measuring tape. I undid all my hard work, and I made this little table for ants and a stop sign that would literally stop no car ever. I just really wanted to avoid it. It was just like too much work, and I wanted this to be like super chill, even though it's very like not chill because it took me so long. Finally, we stuffed it. It was ready. The moment of truth. The big reveal. Does Milo like his new stool or not? Is he a strawberry girl in a strawberry field of flowers? What's that Beatles song? I think I could definitely do it a little bit bigger because he is a beefy boy. And yeah, if you like this video, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, I guess, because apparently that helps the videos. And I'll see you next time. Everyone tell Milo he's a beautiful beefy boy. Okay. Milo. 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 Let go. Hey. Let go. Please.